The story is told backwards. It starts with the 12th house, aka Pisces, the fish. We're coming out of the age of Pisces right now, but this is how the story goes for this cycle. We came out of the water as beings, right? First, we came out of the water as cells, bacteria, whatever these microorganisms are, and evolved into fish. See, the fish is the original seed. The Vesica Pisces is the seed. We came out of the water. We evolved into reptilian-like beings / amphibious-like beings. And then we started to evolve into mammalian-like beings. Well, there were probably mammalian-like beings in the water as well, such as whales and dolphins that evolved, that made their way to land. But I'm just using them as an example because they are mammalia. But over time, you started to have these interbreeds, or they started to evolve into more, like I say, mammalian-like beings. They were half sea creature, half animal. This is where we go off into the next house. Wait, I skipped a house. You have the 11th house, Aquarius. This is the mixing of the waters. And if you put it in reverse, you can look at it as someone gathering water from the pond instead of pouring water into the pond. Gathering water, or you're even gathering fish. This could be the fish catcher, the fisherman, with the sack, But you have these sea creatures that make their way to land, half sea creature, half breed, mammalia. Or this is also could be looked at as an intersection where man gets involved. See, there are two different natures between animals and men, But there's some type of splicing and mixing of bloods and waters and these things. But you have these, like I say, we go from the half breed sea creature and a half breed animal. This is Capricorn, 10th house, which is the half goat, half sea creature. The bottom half is sea creature. The top half is Capricorn. It's just coming out of the waters. It still has a fin. It still has a tail. But its upper half is growing fur and growing horns. These things of this nature. Where it's drier. And, the sun is a little, I can't even say hotter because it all depends upon, it's different climate, sea creatures and land creatures, because they skin is absorbing it differently based upon, whether they're in air or whether they're in air or water, and their skin natures, whether it's the slit skin of, sea creatures or fur like animals, mammalia specifically. So this upper half starts to grow fur, starts to grow horns, things of this nature. It starts to get more associated with the air while it's still dragging its tail behind them that just recently came out of the waters. It still has to grow into that. But over time it does so, grows full animal, and now it is full animal, upper and lower half, and it starts to, there's either a splicing here or there's an evolution here of the sort where we have the 9th house, Sagittarius, the half man, half horse like being, mammalia, animal, what you have here. And for some reason it's Robin Hood. Well, it's the archer. Robin Hood actually symbolized fortune. he took from the rich and gave to the poor, is how the story goes, I believe. And, you know, Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, the benevolent, or benevolent. What's that word? Benevolent is one of them words. Benefit, one of them words. Benefits, all them same thing. You know, it represents good fortune and things of this nature, but it's half man. The Sagittarius constellation is half. It's the what they call it, the Centaurs, I believe. The Minotaur, but not the Minotaur. It's the other way around. But yeah, the Centaurs. And for some reason, you have the word Taurus there, which is the bull, second house. And this is the ninth house. It's Centaurs. It's centered of. It's the center. Centaurs. What I'm getting out of that is even. It's half man, half. It's because when I hear Taurus, I hear 2, which is the second house. It's that T. 2, 10, 12. But that's a split anyway. A T is like an intersection. But anyway, yeah. So we have this upper half evolving into man, while his lower half is still animalistic. Then we go off into Scorpio, which is the 8th house. This is the stinger. It's the Scorpion constellation known in Greek mythology to have killed Orion. It stung Orion and killed him. I believe how it goes in Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism. Astrotheology. Scorpio represents Judas, who stung Jesus, who crossed Jesus, or betrayed Jesus. And this is where the sun falls around this time. But this is the fall of the man. So that's why the 8th house represents death. It's the intersection. It's the infinity loop, where you see that enter point, that point in the middle. So where it's like you're crossing over. And then we have the 7th house, Libra. This is the evening. It's going over to the other side, the evening, the crossover. The Libra, but it's balanced. It's weighing them, against each other. And on that other side is the new life. This is the 6th. The 6th house, Virgo. As far as we know anyway, as far as because this is the other side now. So it's like this is what we have knowledge of, whereas we're not that connected with the other side, which would be death to us at this point. And this is the new life. This is the light coming out of the darkness. Like I said, that 7th house, that Libra, it's the evening. It's the evening. And even though her evening symbolizes going off into the darkness, it's kind of flipped in a sense. But this is the Virgo house. This is the mother, where all life derives from, as far as we know it at this point. Like I say, coming into the new life. And then from the 6th house, you have the 5th house, the sun. It's the Leo constellation. It's the child. This is the new life. This is the new avatar. The seed that is to grow, Simba. And then we have the 4th house. It's family. This is where the lion learns to This is where he just starts to develop his pride, so to speak. And he starts to he takes keys to take care of his pride as a king. A pride of lions I'm speaking of, as far as his family, his kingdom, his genus. Well, genus is more so thyself, but his kingdom. And from there you have the third house as well. He's up there in age, and now it's just, this is the third house, which is Gemini. This is kind of like just when it boils down to kind of your main surroundings, your inner circle, your more inner circle. You know, once everyone else is passed on, and this is who's remained, who's always been there for you. This is the house of siblings. It's looked at in astrology. The third house, Gemini. See, it's kind of like, it's the try. And you got to think, it's you. Then you have, I was thinking of it in the sense of guardian angels more so. You have that left side, then you have that right side. And these are the siblings, so to speak. And this could also be looked at as mother and father and that lineage. Looking back anyway, but looking forward, it's the third house. And we have the second house, which is, this could either be looked at as you and your main other half, I would say, as far as another being, and or the way it is in this realm, it could be looked at as the other side of yourself or thyself. At this point, is duality. The second house, the house of Taurus, the two-sided nature. If you was to go into theology, how they talked about Baal, the bull. See, this is why Moses destroyed the golden calf. It was putting an end to duality, so to speak. It's the introduction of the Trinity. The sun is coming into the picture to kind of balance things out. Well, I guess two can balance each other out, but now you have three. It's kind of to act as a foreseer, well, which is kind of, can't think of the word for it, but it's tricky because I said four, but that's beside the point. A three-seer. What I mean is a spectacle, a judge even, so to speak. The ones who's seeing things from both ends, both ways, observing both spectrums. This is what the third eye is known for. It's the intuition. It's kind of seeing both sides of the spectrum. Right there, seeing the left brain hemisphere as well as the right brain hemisphere. It's a more overall, it's the house, honestly. This is the beginning of the house. Even though a house is known more as 4, maybe even 5. But that's the building, that's the surrounding. But as far as the roof, if we're talking about a triangle, that's the building of it. That's the top of it. And that's where the idea that the pyramids was built from the top down comes from. Because you got to understand, from our eyes, that's how even our vision is set up. How it works. But the second house of Taurus, we know this is the great battle. You are I'm familiar with that. I forgot to include. When I was thinking of this earlier, I was thinking of Ophiuchus and how it's regarded as the 13th sign. And I know there might be a lot of confusion as to how there could be a 13th sign, but honestly, it could just mean the 13th sign is a new cycle. It's the 13th sign starting from our current zodiac as Aries through Pisces. Those are the 12 signs, and Ophiuchus is known as a kind of like the way I look at it is more on some it's predicting more so the future. It might move into the solar system, or it might move into into the ecliptic, and another one may move out from our sight, or as far as like not our sight, but more so as far as the actual ecliptic belt. And from our perspective, that might be how they go. But if you were to include that, Ophiuchus, I believe, is between Scorpio and Sagittarius. So coming from Sagittarius, you have, like I say, this was why that segue was there. Because I was at 2 and then 10, we was talking about, 9 more so, we was talking about Sagittarius and that duality between man and his lower animalistic natures, his lower half. See, to slide Ophiuchus in between there is like Ophiuchus is the serpent timer. He's wrestling the serpent. See, he's wrestling that animalistic type nature of himself, which is the serpent tamer, is the dragon slayer. I always say this about something like Jesus. I look at Jesus as like the serpent tamer. The dragon slayer. We talking about that Kundalini energy. Like, he was someone who I feel probably mastered that, and he didn't let it. He didn't succumb to it. Like, that was the whole thing. Like, succumbing to the flesh, which is known as Satan, this lower animalistic nature. See, he was able to tame the serpent. You know what I'm saying? But that's the Ophiuchus constellation. But we see going off in the Scorpio, he still get bit. Scorpio is the stinger. You're like, damn, he put up the good fight. You know what I'm saying? Scorpio prevailed. And that lets you know I guess what they're saying is no one is no one is, what's the word I'm looking for? It's like impenetrable or bound from, or not unbound from, or what's the word I'm looking for, man? No one is it's something simple too, but I can't think of it. But what I'm saying is no one is it's like the antonym of susceptible, because I know susceptible means open to. But what I've said is no one is what's the word I'm thinking? If anybody was to see this, they can be like, they probably saying it right now, like, okay, I gotta channel it. Hello. What's the word I'm looking for? No one is never mind, man. I ain't even gonna do that, bro. Cause it's just like I gotta keep the video going. But that's what I do, bro. It's like I get frustrated when I can't think of a word anyway, yeah, man. But yeah, no one is I gotta think of something though, cause it's keeping me up, bro. But it's like I wanna word this right. And it's like, that's what have me like just throwing words in there a lot of the time when I'm just really trying to keep going like that a lot of the time. But man, no one is I'm gonna say impenetrable, bro. That's the closest word I can think of right now. No one is impenetrable to death, I guess, Bro, I really want to think of the word, bro. Or another word anyway. Let me see. That one is it's like I would Google it, but that's gonna stop the video. That one is never mind, bro. That's it, bro. I gotta use that word, bro. Impenetrable to death, bro. You know, when it's your time, bro. Because I feel like, I don't know, no matter how, it's like, no matter how far you go, bro, it's like you gonna want to experience the other side, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gonna, like, you get bored. It's like you get bored, bro. You just can't stay in that space. It's like you gonna want to experience the other side. That's like writing. It's like experiencing the fruits of your labor almost. The way I look at it is like writing a movie and then going and be able to look at it. You know, that's kind of what I'm setting myself up for. It's like I kind of want to go back and look at the movie of my life, which I know that's why. I mean, that's been happening though, because people already know that. Like, people, that's what they're saying. Like, your life flashing before your eyes, like before death. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, it's like that. You know. But yeah, man. But that's another thing that I was thinking about earlier. I'll probably get off into this after I finish up this wheel. But it was about never mind, let me finish the wheel real quick. But yeah, and then I mean, what's left? I'm going from the second house, the split, the Taurus into, you know, Aries, the one, you know, the first house, the whole. See, what is a whole? There's one, right? And then one starts with O, right? That's a whole, right? But think about a whole in Aries, it's the A, it's the arrow, it's the arrowhead, right? So think about what an arrow does. It punctures a hole, right? In reality, right? And it's starting back all over again. It's puncturing into a new space, new reality, and it's starting all over again, bro. Back into the 12th house, bro. It's plugging back in. A to Z. God damn it. Plugging back in, fam. To a new reality, and it starts over again, bro. And that's why it goes from 12 to 1. In the sky as we see it anyway. I mean, as far as the ages go, which I'm not that great. I'm all right, but I'm not that great as far as like sky orientation and astronomy and whatnot. So it's like that's something that, see, I got to put myself in that position to look at, you know what I'm saying, look at things from different perspectives. Like, I really got to put myself in a lot of times that's not necessarily the easiest, because there's so many influences going on and so many different motions. You know what I'm saying? It's like you really got to be kind of cold with that to be able to just really grasp that and, like, you know, see that. But like I say, it's kind of confusing to me. Let me see. Because think about how we're going through the ages. From Pisces to Aquarius to Capricorn, like backwards like that. Like starting from, I guess, the earliest as we know it would be, hell, Leo. Really, like Virgo. We don't remember Virgo because, you know, a lot of us, we don't remember being in the womb. Some of us do, maybe. But, you know, as far as like just really childhood, you know, that's the 5th house. That's the house of the sun. And then, you know, like I say, then the age of Cancer. Then it was the age of Gemini. Then the age of Taurus. Then the age of Aries. And then it was another flood. It was a death. And when Moses destroyed that golden calf, cause that's crazy how he destroyed the golden calf, but then he received the 10 Commandments, bro, which was tablets of 2 split in. It's just like the 48 laws of my yacht, which was 224, which was 2 tablets of 24 laws. This was 2 tablets of 5 laws. Anyway, but I guess that's why 10 is kind of looked at as that whole now anyway. You know, it's the one whole, it's the first one anyway, from 1 to 10. in our whatever numerical system that is. Then 5 is the half. See, I feel like it was 12 at one point. That was probably the code before the 10 Commandments. So it was probably like 12 commandments, 12 laws. And then before that was probably 24. And before that it was 48. That's where we go back to my yacht. It kept cutting in half, cuz. But nah, until they got from 12 to 10. They just eliminated 2, cause they didn't like 2. That duality. They was trying to get rid of that shit, so they cut that shit off. Cut that shit off the top. Nah, that's lit. Nah, never mind. That don't. I don't think. Never mind. But let me see. Yeah, man. That's how that. But nah, what I was getting at, we go through the ages, which that practically means every 24,000 years or so, 24,000 to 28,000 approximately. Maybe you can say even 30,000, just really going off into it. But nah, it's speeding up though. So we gonna say, see, that's the thing. These years and numerical systems and times and shit, but it's like that should be speeding up, bro, and it slows down based on relativity and, you know what I'm saying, momentum and all that. But yo, we gonna say every 24,000 to 28,000 years or so. That means the next sun rises on the spring equinox of that age, right? So that means the sun is supposed to be rising. Hold on. Nah. Is it the sign that the sun rises in? See, I'm not even sure of this. Is it the sign that the sun rises in at the time of the spring equinox? Or is it the sign? Nah. See, yeah, it gotta be, because the other one don't make sense. I was gonna say, or is it like the rising sign of that day? But what is that day? Is when the sun rises, right? Basically. But see, even that's relative, bro, because what is the sun rising in? That's all based off of your point on the horizon, I think, bro. Honestly, bro. It's like, where are we guiding this from? The center of the earth? Like, where are we guiding this from, bro? Because you got, man, to get it just accurate like that, bro, it's kind of difficult, bro. Like I say, you gotta, because how we judging where these stars are, if they're probably in different positions from our different points of views on the land masses as we know them, how we judging what sign they're actually in, bro? Because if I'm to look in the sky right now, like, if I could see the constellations, like the moon is in Taurus right now. But if I was to look in the sky, if I could actually see the constellations, it's kind of cloudy out right now. Or it's like, you know, the star's not really visible. The moon probably wouldn't appear to me in Taurus from here. It would probably look like it was in, let me see. It seemed like it would be above it. So it would probably look like it was in like, what would be before the Aries? Yeah. Or really, the way it's set up, yeah. Nah, Gemini, bro. I'm tripping. What I'm thinking of, when I say ahead of it, it'll be in Gemini. Further east is what I'm saying. But that was a tangent, but okay, so yeah, I think that's how they gauge that, where the sun rises on the at the spring equinox. But see, from what horizon, bro? Anyway, man, I'm not even finna get off into astrology like that, bro. Not right now. Like, how's this system being used to gauge where the stars are? See, it's kind of offset, bro. But the way I look at it, it's like refraction in a sense, bro. It takes some time for that light to get here to us, bro, for us to perceive that, you know. It's like by that time, it looked like it's there. By that time, because we just like seeing it slow, you know. But it's really here type shit through like, you know, mediums. You know how refraction work. That's how I see it, bro. It's like, yeah, it might look like it's there, but it's really. But wait, like I say, bro, it seemed like the like when I see the stories, it seemed like the sign that they supposed to be in. It seemed like they actually be a little bit ahead of those, bro. Like it looked like they like further east in the southern sky. This is what I'm saying. Well, this would be west. I'm tripping, my bad. This would be further west, is what I'm saying. In the southern constellations. I'm in the northwestern hemisphere. So looking south, this would be west that I'm speaking of. But that means that they're in front of them, looking from the outside, because they're traveling back north to east from our coordinates. But yeah, while I was saying that, it's like the A's are going backwards, and I mean, really, the ecliptic is going backwards, bro. I mean, but see, I don't like using these words because it's like forwards and backwards. This is the thing, right? For some, okay, so I'm looking east right now. I'm facing north. This is east this way to my, well, fuck out these directions and shit, but this is east right here. I know it's dark, so y'all probably can't see me, but put it like this. I'm facing north. This is east to my right. We on some hamster wheel shit for real, fam. It's like all the continents are traveling this way, right? Or traveling east. Man, I had just thought of this earlier, bro. I feel like I had it figured out, then I just forgot the shit. Damn. Because I don't even think that was the conclusion I came to. Well, it's like I kind of had it figured out. Nope. It's gone. It'll probably come back later, but I ain't finna just prolong the video like that. That was already kind of lengthy, but yeah, man. It was something else that I was gonna come back to, but I didn't end up forgetting it. It might come back. Let me see. Nah, this is actually kind of close. I feel this one like in my surroundings, immediate surroundings. It was something I was thinking about earlier, and it tied back into this somehow about the astrology. Nope, I lost that one too. It ran away. It was close. I drifted away from it. And I guess that's what we out here doing, bro. We just drifting away. But I'm really trying to figure out our movements, bro. This is something that I really struggle with, fam. It's like I be really trying to figure this shit out. But I haven't, see, it's like all I have to gauge it from is like what I see from this tiny perspective and from what I feel, bro, and from my projections, you know. But I haven't just necessarily gone that far to where I could just really expand my consciousness to just really get an overall feel. Because what I'm perceiving right now, man, I feel like we might be a ball of water, actually, bro. I feel like we might actually be a ball of water with a bunch of land masses on it. See, this was something that I argued against. Well, I ain't gonna say actually argue, but I was thinking we could have been just on some plain waters, and those waters was just a wave in a big ass ocean, and there's different levels of the ocean and elevations and whatnot. And for some reason, but nah, bro. So what I'm feeling, bro, I feel like we might be on a big ass ball of water that has a enclosed atmosphere, a layer of air around it, bro. And the firmament is we're really in an egg, bro. Like a glass egg of some sort down there. Like we're really in a real life snow globe type shit, bro. But it's like it's a ball of water. Like I said, it's a ball of water and some more water, but it has a layer of air around it, bro. It's like we're in an air bubble. And outer space is like some more waters, and it's like composed of different elements, more elements, denser. Probably denser and lighter shit, depending on nebulas and, whatever other spaces there are and what kind of, stars are over there and whatnot, you know. But, yeah, man, that's what I think, bro. That's what I think, bro. And for some reason, it's like these lights are just, I feel like dragging us along type shit. Dragon, that's what a dragon is, bro. It's dragging. It's dragging all of its parts with it, bro. It got the head and it's dragging the rest of his body along with it. You know? And it's just creating a dance, bro. Basically, bro, it's just spirits dancing, bro. Dancing spirits. That's why they made that show Dancing with the Stars, bro. Like, for real. That's what we out here doing, bro, I guess. Dancing, bro. To the sounds of the universe, bro. Like on some real shit. Cause that's how waves and frequencies even like form, bro. Cause like in a sense, it's like, yo, we are on a wave and waves and different waves and water structures and all kind of worlds and shit. You know, even in those, we have tiny air bubbles like we in right now. Just like in your blood, you got a full bloodstream, but you gotta think you got cells in your bloodstream that's like forming, like that have their own atmospheres and tiny, you know what I'm saying, little pockets or whatnot, you know. So it's like that's what we in. Or that's what we on. We on a blood cell of this solar system. This body anyway, bro, because I really do feel like our spirit comes from something etheric. Our soul, what's inhabiting the flesh, this earthly vessel. But we come from those waters outside of this bubble. I can't speak for everybody, but I feel like for the most part, I don't know. I ain't gonna get off into percentages. You know, and water holds information, so that's where we retain our memory from. We still have that memory for that reason because it's still in our bloodstream. It's still in our DNA. That's what the DNA is. That's what Jacob's ladder is. That's what the spine is. That's what the yellow brick road is. That's what the tree, that's what the stem is. Snake Way on Dragon Ball Z. That dragon, I'm telling you, bro. And it's spiraling, bro. The DNA is, it's like that ladder is spiraling. And that's what we doing. Because that's where the 360 comes from, bro. You start getting off into those platonic geometrical shapes. Get off into 720s, I guess, and shit. But no such thing as a 720. You got the 360. And then you can look in another direction, add another dimension. You know, that's where we start going from 3D to 4D shapes and whatnot. But really, that's another level, kind of. But see, 4D is adding movement. But yeah, man, that's the best conclusion I can come up with as far as where we at and what we here doing. We just a blood cell, bro. We just dancing with the stars, bro. All that movement and shit, it just so happened that we in a body that fuck with us, bro. Like, we in a family that fuck with us, like a star system that, you know, they've been doing the same dance for years, bro. But the thing is, this shit just seemed like a long time to us, bro. Like, these star systems ain't always been the same, bro. We know this because they changed. They done changed through the ages, bro. You gotta think, like, they tell you in Greek mythology that, oh, this constellation was added at this time when this happened, this constellation. Like, they telling you from off the rip, like, I think that all these stars would, like, star systems wasn't the same. The North Star changes, you know, based off of the wobble of the Earth. And, you know, but you know, all this. But for the most part, it'd be the same. But you gotta think. You gotta look at, like I say, just talking about Ophiuchus. I don't think that's always been this close. I feel like that's something that's really like probably moving into the ecliptic. It's making its way into our solar system based off of, you know, it's like making its way here type shit. And based off, I'm gonna say our gravitational pull. You know what I'm saying? It's like making its way off into it. It's like a little stream. Making his way into some new waters, like welcome to the family type shit. So it's probably gonna be there probably in the next, I don't know how many years, and you know, it'll probably replace one of the ones that's there right now. It might be one that's not so visible. Fuck around, be Cancer, bro, because Cancer is barely visible as it is. And look, what is that? What is 13? What is the 13th sign? What's 1 and 3? That's 4. What is Cancer? Cancer is the 4th house. So, man, that'll be the next quarter in the water sign, bro. The serpent tamer, bro. The dragon tamer. It's Aquaman. That's what it's gonna be for real. It's underwater with it, though, type shit. I don't know. But, because you gotta think. I done heard Dolo say Cancer is the, like you know, we know it's cardinal water. It's like Cancer control the tides. It control the waves. Like control the emotions. You know, it's ruled by the moon. So look at that. Ophiuchus, the serpent tamer, it controls those fluids, the emotions. It's controlling the emotions, controlling the sine waves, controlling the sin. So look at that. The serpent, bro. Damn, fool. And that's crazy because I'm a Cancer moon, bro. So yeah, I'm probably dying soon. Like, my soul is dying soon, bro. Like, that's why I feel so old here. I am old, bro. I'm pretty old, bro. I'm going into a new life. I don't know what it's gonna consist of, what it's gonna compose of, but it's coming to an end though, and that's something else. Like that Canis Major, those stars. And, you know, I'm a 12th house moon, yo, so it's like my moon being in the 12th house, bro. Which Cancer is my first house. I'm a Cancer ascendant as well, but it's like 29 degrees Cancer. So most of my first house really is more Gemini. Well, I can't even say that. I mean, Leo. My bad. That's why I can't say that. I'm like, that ain't right. But yeah, Leo. But like I say, I damn near look at it backwards, and that's because my moon is 12th house. It's like I'm looking at it from the 12th, you know what I'm saying, from the 12th house, bro. I'm looking down here on Earth, bro. Looking off into this body. That's when I keep saying I'm trying to fill out my body, bro. That's what I'm here doing, bro. It's like I got a set of eyes in another dimension, bro, in another space that's like filling out this body with my light. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like trying to look off into every corner. See, that's the thing. My body isn't fully activated. So I'm trying to, it's like undiscovered areas here, fool. So it's like I'm trying to look through every, you know what I'm saying, every space, every corner, really get to like know this shit and like, you know what I'm saying, the ins and outs of it. Like I say, it's kind of like being in a human vessel. I'm trying to like get the full experience of it, like just being in one of these hoes, fool. And it's crazy because it's like I said, me being as old as I am, it's like how much time have I spent on Earth? How long have I been here for? How many decades? How many ages? How many what? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's definitely not my first time being here. I feel like I didn't even been animals before, bro. Whatever I was walking on 4 legs and I had a tail. I can tell you that much. I'd have been one of them hoes, whatever that is. That could have been that K9. You know what I'm saying? Any one of them, even maybe a feline. I done been one of them before. Hell. Maybe I probably done been a monkey as well. Or 8. Being. Because I like swinging on trees. I can't say that I do that shit in real life, but I do that shit in my head a lot. I'm like Tarzan, fool. That's something I would like to do, like go in the jungle and swing on trees, swing on vines for real. That shit fun in the bitch. The monkey bars, bro. Come on, we had them shits in school. That's why. What the hell you talking about? I used to love them hoes. Like real talk. Monkey bars on the damn playground. That's my favorite shit. I remember when I first made my first way across that bitch, I was lit. I was probably like 5. Seemed like maybe. I don't know. I remember my grandmama, I was too short to even reach from her. She had to lift me up. She had to lift me up too. Yeah, man. Straight up though. I feel like I done had more animalistic experiences than human experiences. Honestly, bro, I feel more. It's crazy. I honestly feel more animalistic than I feel humanistic, bro. But I feel more just like a spirit more so than any of that, bro. Just a being, just a light, I'm just I don't know, a gas, whatever you want to call it, bro. But I'm me. It's whatever that is. I'm just here, bro. And sometimes I mix my waters with my environment. You know, sometimes I zero in on myself. You know what I'm saying? To my finest point. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of just did that for a second in the spirit realm, so it kind of started to manifest physically. But that's kind of what I'm trying to do. Is what I've been speaking on. Like trying to see how I feel like in the human vessel, like for real. But what was I saying? You know, when I channel that what was I saying energy, that always make me forget shit saying, like instead of just knowing what you were saying. Like I was talking about zeroing in on my body, and I was talking about how I did that from the spirit, and I was talking about how I mix my waters, Oh yeah, that's what I am really, bro. It's just I'm just here basically, bro. I'm just here and I'm doing shit. I split myself in two so many times, bro. That's why I'm a Taurus, the two Taurus. I'm the damn D. The two twos, the four. You know what I'm saying? I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer Leo ascendant cusp. That's two. That's double. My ascendant is double sided, and I'm a Taurus Gemini cusp. My sun is double sided. You know what I'm saying? And both of those fixed stars that is backed by is double stars. So it's like that's why I say I'm quadpolar. It's like I got like 4 different poles working, and they all centering around me, and it's like I'm the 5, and that is my life path number, 5. And I was born in the 5th month. It's like I am the Avatar. That's why I compare myself to the Avatar, like the last Airbender type shit. But it's like, and I always thought as a kid. Well, I ain't gonna say as a kid, but maybe like my teenage years, and I used to like wonder, like this was after I was exposed to Avatar, right? After I was once I was like, cause this is what I used to wish for. Like before that, I used to like if I was to have any superpower, it would be to fly and like be able to like control shit, like telekinesis, just be able to control shit like Magneto or somebody like metal, or like the Human Torch, be able to shoot fire and like control fire and shit like that, or like Iceman from the X-Men, be able to like, you know what I'm saying, freeze shit, like slide on ice and, you know what I'm saying, create the ice like he do, like Frozone did, like Frozone on the Incredibles type shit, you know what I'm saying, like shit like that, like it was like control over the elements basically, bro. The elements and the 6 senses, bro, and the 5 senses, the 6 senses, bro. It would be like shit related to that, bro. You know, that was like what I always thought of, like before I was introduced to Avatar. But like in my teenage years, once I started to think about it, I used to be like, bro, I would want to be the Avatar, bro, if I had like any powers, bro. Just the power like that Aang had, like that Korra had, to control all 4 elements, bro. Cause I would think like, damn, I want to be like a bender, like, but I'd be like, damn, I don't know if I want to be a firebender, bro. I don't know if I want to be a firebender, a waterbender, an airbender, or earthbender. It's like all them hoes got they, you know what I'm saying, got they own, you know what I'm saying. It's like, damn, I would want to tap in all that, and then like, duh. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, yeah, I'll be the Avatar, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Do all that shit, tap into all that shit, bro. And it's like, even with my astrology, bro, like I say, me being a Cancer Leo cusp ascendant, that's the water and the fire right there, bro. And then my sun sign is a Taurus Gemini cusp. That's the earth and the earth right there, bro. So it's like I really do tap in all that. That's why my YouTube name now is Merkari Fire Waters, bro. You know what I'm saying? The Merkari is like, that's close to Merkaba, which is the mind. That's your spaceship, right? That's your mental spaceship, you know what I'm saying? The head space, you know what I'm saying? The Merkaba. I put mine as Merkari, my name being the Karai. The Karai is like the sun, or the memory of the sun, the mind of the sun, the lineage of the sun, the tail of the sun. That's what it is, the tail of the sun. You know what I'm saying? And the telling is the story, bro. You know? Which comes from the mind, comes from that Gemini, that telling type of nature, that Mercury, that Mercurian energy, that earth, you know, that communication, that relaying of messages. You know what I'm saying? So that's why my name is Merkari Fire Waters. Like I say, the fire and water is like I say, the Cancer, me being the Cancer Leo cusp rising sign. Cause I say it's like I'm 29 degrees Cancer, bro. It's like the rest of my first house is like Leo rising. That Cancer is like just over the horizon as I was born. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of that shit was Leo, me coming into that next couple of hours, you know what I'm saying, that I was into this world. It's like I was born a Cancer, bro, to be a Leo, damn near. It's like I was born into the waters. You know what I'm saying? Because I am a Cancer moon. So it's like I was born into them waters, bro. And that's where I come from. But it's like I was put in a land of fire, bro. And I had to learn to be that young Simba. You know what I'm saying? Step into that. But, or whatever. It ain't necessarily got to be a lion. But, you know, I was just using that as a metaphor. But yeah, man, that's what I'm in, bro. The land of fire. But I got so much Mercurian energy, bro. Cause like I say, me being a Taurus, Gemini, cusp, ascended, I got a lot of Gemini energy as well. See, it's like the sun was coming out of Taurus as I was born. You know, like that was the end. It was the same thing with my sun sign. That's like the end. I was like really like right there going into Gemini for real. Like the sun moved into Gemini like a few hours after I was born type shit. So I got a lot of that Gemini energy, that Mercury energy. Like I always been like a talker like this. It's just rapid thoughts, you know what I'm saying? Just as well as just a thinker. I'm talking about thinker of all natures, just curious, like just real curious, bro. Mercurian, Mercurian curious energy. Like I'm Curious George for real. That was another one of my shows growing up. Not even really, bro. I just had like Curious George, like a book and shit. I ain't really watched the cartoon like that. I kind of did a little bit later on. When I kind of like later on in my years as a kid on PBS. But yeah, man, I always been like that, bro. As well as the Taurus energy, just the appreciation of arts, bro. Like that's always been me as well. Especially like even just me appreciating fine arts like I did just as a kid, bro. It's like, yeah, that's real OG Taurus shit. That's real 29 degrees Taurus shit, like real life. You know what I'm saying? It's like I kind of like this, like I'm kind of like a damn miniature connoisseur at this point. At this point in my life, it's like I just came in understanding art, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I've been an artist my whole life. I came in drawing shit, designing shit. You know what I'm saying? I started getting off into music later, like off into my like teenage years. It was always art. Before that, for the most part, I just recently started back getting off into art, just drawing shit. I call them spiritual manifestations. Just now, I've never said that till now. But yeah, man, I came in drawing shit, bro, painting this shit, building shit, like straight up, bro, building shit, putting pieces, like, man, it's been like that, bro. But I always like solving puzzles and solving mysteries and figuring shit out. That's where that Gemini came from. It's like I'm really double-sided in that nature, bro. Like just appreciate. And my Venus is in Gemini. Look at that. Look at that shit, bro. Look at that Venus. It's just that Venus energy right there, bro, as well as the Mercury energy, bro. Wow. Because my Venus is in Gemini, bro. So it's just like that love and appreciation for arts as well as like literature and like analytics and puzzles and mysteries. Mysteries, man. That's another thing that I meant to touch on earlier. I just seen that Scooby-Doo movie coming out next year too. I might go to the movies and see that for real, bro. Cause I love Scooby-Doo growing up. Like that was my first favorite cartoon to my knowledge, bro. That I can just really say was my favorite cartoon. Like, I was coming home from preschool, like, every day, like, coming home to try to catch Scooby-Doo, bro. Hoping I'd catch it. Seemed like it used to come on at 5 p.m. Maybe before that, but, you know, like the last episodes, I used to love coming home seeing Scooby-Doo, bro. Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? That's my shit. We got some work to do now. I think that was it. Scooby-Doo, where are you? I fucked with a pup named Scooby-Doo, too. You know what I'm saying? For sure. That hoe used to come on in the mornings. I used to fuck with that hoe, too, for sure, for sure. But shit, that Scooby-Doo, where are you? That was the shit right there for them. That's classic television for me, bro, in my lifetime, bro. Then Dragon Ball Z is like Scooby-Doo was the daytime. Was the daytime shit. Dragon Ball Z was the nighttime shit. You know what I'm saying? Straight up. And look at that. What you got, the dog and the dragon. Yes, sir. But nah. In the Scooby-Doo movies, I fucked with them hoes too. You know what I'm saying? Had them cameos on them joints. Straight up. Scooby-Doo movies was the ish too. Nah, man, for real. But yeah, man. Yo, I've been on this for an hour and a minute, bro. Already. That's what's up, you know. I mean, I did some, but yeah, man. I guess that's just me. And the Mercari Fire Waters. But yeah, man. I'm gonna go ahead, finish this up. I was trying to think of another term for that. I didn't want to say finish this up. Go ahead and wrap this up. That's what I was thinking. But I don't even want to say wrap it up, bro, because it sounds like I'm trying to wrap some shit up and gift it. Like, I'm going to just give it to you. Like, so, like I say, go ahead and finish this up. And I really wish I could tap back into what that was that I was finna get off into earlier, bro. It was something I forgot. I'm going to look back at this video. I'm going to probably go to that point. And see what I was talking about. But nah, I ain't even mentioned it, I don't think, so I wouldn't know. I ain't even mentioned it. I said, nah, never mind. I'm gonna finish this. What was that, man? Let me think. Oh, I'm not sure. But nah, I just said because I just thought of something else that I was thinking of earlier. I was thinking about the number systems and how I feel they derived, but I couldn't necessarily explain that. I have to draw that out. I might draw that out for y'all tomorrow or something. We'll see. But yeah, man. I don't think I'm gonna think of it, so I'm gonna give it one last shot, bro. I'm gonna try to reach for it. Hold on. I was talking about the D in the whole, how it's half of a circle. Shout out to Seven Bowmore because that's, you know what I'm saying, something he brought to my attention. But that's what I just tapped into. I think that's where I left off. I mean, I think that's where I intersected. And I was trying to get off into that for some strange reason. I was talking about the D. Nah, that's something I was thinking about before I started this video. I don't think that's where I was gonna go with it. I was talking because I remember talking about the halves and the twos and how I'm dealing with all these. Oh yeah, nah, that is what I was getting at. I think I was talking about all these halves and twos and doubles energies I got going on. Oh my gosh, see, I got so many of them, bro. I got so many of them, bro. Like the D, the door. That is what I was getting off into, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, man, that D, that door, that gateway. I'm dying. I'm transforming. Transitioning. See, my fifth house is Mars. I mean, I say my fifth house is Mars. My fifth house is Scorpio. Most of, I mean, some of it anyway. Seem like it might be more Sagittarius than Scorpio. I believe. I'm not sure. Cause I'm dealing with that cusp energy. But yeah, man, I just thought about that, bro. Like, damn, I'm dealing with that D a lot. Cause that D is the door, the 4. So that's double. And I just told you, like, my rising sign and my sun sign is backed by double stars. And they both fall on cusp signs. Cusp, that's what I just say. Back to back. Cusp signs. I just gotta summon it. I gotta bring that shit up from my diaphragm. And I'm sorry, y'all, if the way I, pronounce words might be kind of hard to understand at times. I'm kind of, I'm kind of hell. It's like I'm country, and I got some big ass teeth, and my jaw not aligned in a way to where it's like my words fully just come out the way they supposed to a lot of the time. The way my jawline set up and other shit, like I say, my breathing and all that shit, it has a lot to do with the way I pronounce words. It depends on how I'm feeling and a whole lot of more shit, but but yeah, man, y'all would have to, whatever. But yeah, man. Like I said, my name start with a D, bro. And then my name start with a D, bro. And then I got 2 last names. Both of them start with a W, bro. So that's double W's. It's D. My initials is DWW, bro. And then W is the 25th letter, bro. No, it's not. The fuck? It's the 23rd letter. But I don't even see. Maybe another day. I'm gonna go ahead and end this, bro. Like I said, I was gonna do 7 minutes ago. All right, y'all. Peace.